The demand for SUVs is so high that it forces manufacturers to keep pushing the limits, which is why we're buzzing to see these 8 SUVs go on sale very soon. Number 1, 2025 BMW X3. The X3 has become BMW's best-selling car, outperforming the famed 3 Series worldwide. And for the 2025 year, BMW is rolling out a new X3, featuring a fresh design, an updated infotainment system, and more powerful engines. This 4th generation of the X3 will feature sharper exterior angles, bold wheel arches, a 1.3-inch longer and 1.1-inch wider stance, while sitting 1 inch lower, giving it an even sportier ride and attitude, inspired by the 738 horsepower plug-in hybrid XM SUV. BMW has also changed its naming convention, dropping the I from its gas-powered models, so now we have the 30 xDrive and the M50 xDrive on the new X3. The base 30 xDrive model debuts a new BMW kidney grille featuring a mix of vertical and diagonal bars, while the M50 will feature a simpler blacked-out grille with standard illumination. It looks like the BMW engineers have a good time playing with the design of their famed kidney grille. The headlights include overlapping L-shaped elements with black or blue trim depending on the model, and the M50 boasts a more aggressive front bumper with larger intakes. Standard wheels for the 30 xDrive are 19 inches with options for 20 and 21 inches. The 30 xDrive won't show its exhaust, but the M50 will display its dual exhaust tips with pride. Inside you'll have all the goodies of a luxury SUV, with ambient lighting that can create borders around the air vents, door handles, and the door-mounted buttons like in a futuristic sci-fi film. A large curved display houses both the digital gauge cluster and the touchscreen. The latest BMW iDrive 9 software will power it all, further reducing the number of physical buttons, but adding support for video streaming, music, and in-car gaming apps. The navigation system will also include 3D satellite views. The flat-bottom steering wheel looks kinda sporty, but the new gear selector toggle on the center console might not be everyone's favorite. Standard seats are electronically adjustable and heated, covered in BMW's Vaganza faux leather, with optional Alcantara accents or merino leather. For the first time, the dashboard can be upholstered in recycled polyester fabric. Under the hood, you'll find a 2-liter 4-cylinder engine mated to a 48-volt hybrid system, producing 255 horsepower and 295 pound-feet of torque on the 30 xDrive model. 0 to 60 should happen in about 6 seconds. The M50 model features a turbocharged 3-liter inline-6 engine paired with a 48-volt hybrid system, generating 393 horsepower and 428 pound-feet of torque, achieving 60 miles an hour in 4.4 seconds, and a top speed of 130 miles per hour, which can be extended to 155 miles per hour with an optional package. The 6-cylinder engine includes efficiency upgrades, an optimized oil supply system, and a high-performance turbocharger. The M50 uses an adaptive suspension with electronically controlled dampers, variable sport steering, and an M Sport rear differential. Moreover, the new X3 can tow up to 4,850 pounds with a trailer hitch. As for tech, you've got everything you could ever wish for. The most outstanding feature is probably the optional parking assistant package, which will help you identify parking space boundaries. Moreover, you'll be able to control the new X3 from the My BMW app. With the maneuver assistant, you'll be able to remotely park the X3 into tight spaces. And if that's not enough, you can store up to 10 parking maneuvers of up to 650 yards in the app. Also, the traffic jam assistant will allow for hands-free driving up to 40 miles per hour on highways. The X3 for the US market will continue to be produced in South Carolina, and it will be priced at around $51,000 for the 30 xDrive and $65,000 for the M50. Number 2, Chevrolet Corvette SUV. Brace yourselves, Corvette fans. An SUV wearing the iconic Corvette badge is on the horizon for the 2025 model year. According to various General Motors sources, Chevrolet is planning on expanding the iconic Corvette brand beyond the 2-seater sports car, while Chevy is also developing a performance-focused EV sub-brand featuring an SUV and a 4-door sedan. The first Corvette SUV will be gas-powered and will share its platform with the Cadillac CT4V Blackwing and CT5V Blackwing. We might get 2 sizes of the Corvette SUV, a compact and a mid-size one, because the competition is fierce with the Porsche Macan and Cayenne, as well as the BMW X3M and X5M. The compact version could feature a turbocharged 4-cylinder or a twin-turbo V6, while the midsize variant might roar with GM's 6.2-liter V8. And if Chevy decides to supercharge that V8, for a Corvette Z06 SUV, it could take on exotic players like the Ferrari Purosangue and the Lamborghini Urus. But the good news is the price tag for the 2025 Chevrolet Corvette SUV is expected to start around $60,000 and could go up to $80,000 depending on the trim and options. That's not bad for a Corvette with 5 seats, SUV practicality, and sports car performance in one quite exciting package. It's a value proposition that fits perfectly with Corvette's tradition of offering bang for your buck. Entry-level models might even come in lower than the base price of the current mid-engine C8 Corvette, although higher trims could reach into the Z06 territory. Number 3. Mercedes-Benz G-Class EV. After dominating the off-road scene for decades and becoming the ultimate celebrity four-wheel drive, the G-Wagon is going electric. It will be named the Mercedes G580, but we can still call it the G-Wagon EV. It just has a nice ring to it. The electric G-Class will have the same rugged, boxy design, but at its heart, you'll find 4 electric motors, one for each wheel, providing a total of 579 horsepower and 59 pound-feet of torque. Since each motor can be controlled individually, the G-Wagon will be able to perform a 360-degree turn on the spot by powering the left and right wheels in opposite directions. That's what'll be called a G-turn for years to come. To maintain its legendary off-road performance, the G580 will be equipped with virtual differential locks, torque vectoring, and an off-road crawl function. It'll ride on a ladder frame chassis with independent front suspension and a solid rear axle, much like the gas-powered G-Class models. As for 0 to 60 miles per hour times, Mercedes estimates 4.6 seconds. However, given the performance of the gas-powered AMG G63, which manages around 3.9 seconds, this figure might be a bit conservative from Mercedes. The electric G-Class will feature a big 116.0 kilowatt-hour battery, and while official range estimates are not yet available, we anticipate it will offer around 240 miles per charge. Slated for release in late 2024 or early 25, the G580 will probably start at around $170K. Initially, it'll be available in the Edition 1 trim, which includes the AMG line and night packages, featuring 20-inch wheels and high-gloss black exterior trim. Inside, there will be all sorts of luxury goodies, like a two-tone silver, pearl, and black Nappa leather with blue carbon fiber accents and ultra-comfortable seats with 8 massage programs for the driver and front passenger. Number 4. Jeep Wagoner S. The Jeep Wagoner S will be Jeep's first electric model in the US, hitting the market this fall. Jeep first teased us with the Wagoner S concept back in 2022 alongside the Recon EV. The latest images show the Wagoner S sticking close to its concept roots. Those distinctive squinty headlights come with a sleek daytime running light strip that merges into an illuminated version of Jeep's signature 7-slot grille. The wheels are new too, showing off a 5-spoke design. And just like other Jeeps, the front doors sport Wagoner badges and an American flag motif. A close-up of the rear reveals a beefy spoiler that extends from the roofline and a lip spoiler that directs airflow off the rear window. The full width of the taillights might look familiar for those of you who are fans of the Jeep trademark. Interior images reveal a high-tech dashboard with 4 separate screens. There's a gauge cluster with a full map mode, a center touchscreen showcasing the high-end Macintosh sound system, a second passenger touchscreen that can play videos, and a lower center stack touchscreen for climate and other controls. The Wagoner S is expected to ride on the new STLA large platform. Although Jeep hasn't confirmed all the powertrain details, it's expected to deliver 600 horsepower through an all-wheel drive system, hitting 60 miles per hour in just 3.5 seconds. As for pricing and driving range, we'll have to wait some more until Jeep publishes those details. Number 5. Cadillac Optic. Cadillac is adding a new nameplate to its EV lineup, a small electric crossover called Optic. This compact SUV shares its platform and all-wheel drive powertrain with the Chevrolet Equinox EV. It'll feature a dual-motor setup for a total output of 300 horsepower. Its 85 kilowatt-hour battery pack should deliver around 300 miles per charge, and you should be able to add 79 miles of range in just 10 minutes of charging time, according to Cadillac. We don't know anything about the 0 to 60 miles per hour times yet, but we should expect the same quick acceleration and instant power delivery that make EVs so much fun to drive. The interior of the Optic is a blend of recycled materials and high-tech features. A massive 33-inch curved screen tops the dashboard, integrating a touchscreen infotainment system and a digital gauge cluster, a setup familiar from other Cadillac models like the Lyriq. Standard features should include Google Maps navigation and a Wi-Fi hotspot. Every Optic will come with a 19-speaker AKG stereo system with Dolby Atmos for a top-notch audio experience. Cadillac hasn't released the official pricing yet, but the Optic will be available in luxury and sport trims, starting at around $54,000. Number 6. 2025 Infiniti QX80. Infiniti is introducing a completely new generation of its QX80 flagship SUV in 2025, with a new design heavily influenced by the QX monograph concept and a new engine under the hood. The 2025 QX80 will feature a bold, largemouth grille and big wheels, with slim daytime running lights boasting a unique block pattern at the front and a full-width light bar across the liftgate connecting the taillights. Under the hood, the QX80 features a 450 horsepower twin-turbo V6, replacing last year's naturally aspirated V8. The previous model's V8 generated 400 horsepower, but the new turbocharged V6 offers a boost to 450 horsepower, providing better acceleration and more power. The QX80 will come equipped with a 9-speed automatic transmission, either rear or all-wheel drive, and an air spring suspension system. All QX80 variants will have a towing capacity of up to 8,500 pounds, which slightly exceeds the maximum towing capacities of the Cadillac Escalade, Lincoln Navigator, and the Mercedes-Benz GLS class. Inside, you'll find 3 spacious and comfortable rows of seats. The dashboard features a dramatic design with multiple screens, serving as the gauge cluster and infotainment touchscreen. There are plenty of luxury features, including massage function for both the first and second row seats, heated third row seats, or an infrared sensor system that can detect when rear passengers are too warm and will automatically direct cool air towards them from the climate control vents. Ambient lighting supports up to 64 colors, and there's also a cool box in the center console to keep your beverages chill and fresh. And did we mention that the Google-based infotainment system has 3 displays? 2 14.3-inch screens sit high on the dashboard, with one serving as a digital gauge cluster and the other as the infotainment touchscreen. A third 9-inch touchscreen mounted lower controls functions such as the HVAC system and the drive mode selector. The cabin also features 8 USB-C ports and a 14-speaker Klipsch stereo system that can be upgraded to a more powerful 24-speaker Klipsch stereo if you love a good sound in the car. The price for the new 2025 Infiniti QX80 should start at around $85,000, but it can go up to $113,000 if you can afford to get greedy. Number 7. 2025 Toyota 4Runner. After an impressive 15-year stint, the 5th-generation Toyota 4Runner passes the torch to the all-new 2025 Toyota 4Runner, marking the start of its 6th generation. The 2025 4Runner brings new engines, an 8-speed automatic transmission, and the TNGA F-frame and suspension, which are also found in the latest Toyota Tacoma and the reintroduced Land Cruiser. So, really exciting news ahead. The new 4Runner's front-end design features a wider track and an additional 3 inches in body width. This also means larger fender flares that will probably accommodate some mean all-terrain tires. The rear of the 4Runner also features some new muscular styling, with the rear side window's upper edge blending into the roof, echoing the design of its early predecessors. The optional third-row seat will also make a return on the 2025 4Runner. Inside, the cabin mirrors the new Tacoma with a similar layout for the instrument cluster, center stack, and various controls, including those for the transfer case. The interior is well organized, with convenient storage and user-friendly controls. Under the hood, the base engine for the 2025 4Runner is the 2.4-liter iForce turbocharged inline-4, producing 278 horsepower and 317 pound-feet of torque, paired exclusively with an 8-speed automatic transmission. It can achieve a 0 to 60 miles per hour time of 6.8 seconds. The outgoing model's 4-liter V6, which produced 270 horsepower and 278 pound-feet of torque, felt sluggish in comparison due to its outdated 5-speed automatic transmission. For those seeking more power, the 2.4-liter iForce Max 4Runner Hybrid combines an electric motor with a turbocharged engine and 8-speed transmission, delivering a total of 326 horsepower and 465 pound-feet of torque. Improvements are also expected in the suspension department. The new 4Runner will probably have an upgraded suspension layout with a short control arm setup at the front and a multi-link live axle at the rear. So excitement is building up for the 2025 Toyota 4Runner, set to release this fall. The long wait seems well worth it though. Number 8. 2025 Nissan Murano. For those of you who weren't yet born then, you should know that the original Nissan Murano shook up the SUV market when it first appeared in 2003 with its gracefully elegant exterior design and sports car-like dynamics. However, in recent years, it's struggled to keep up with competitors, and we hope it will make a comeback with the new 2025 model. Spy photos reveal sharper styling, including a pinched rear quarter window and a swept-back roofline. Although there was speculation that the Murano might debut as an electric vehicle, the spy photos show exhaust pipes under the camouflage, indicating it will likely continue with a V6 engine. The actual V6 engine makes 260 horsepower, and we expect for the current CVT transmission to make way for a 9-speed automatic. The 2025 Murano is expected to remain a 2-row, 5-seat SUV. There's also talk of a luxury version for Nissan's Infiniti brand, possibly called the QX80, featuring a more luxurious and premium styling. Nevertheless, Nissan might be designing the new Murano to accommodate both gasoline and EV powertrains, but we'll have to wait for an official announcement for confirmation. The 2025 Murano is projected to have a starting price around $37,000, with higher trims and options pushing the price up to $49,000.